Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for February 2021. This is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those who may have planets in the sign of Taurus. You may be in love with the Taurus. Just be open to receiving messages for yourself. And many of you were intuitively guided to the reading. And just have to trust that there's a reason. So I'm going to stop saying and we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle deck. Take 1 to 2. I just want to say that this deck brings out the right card every single time. So now I like starting with them. And we'll read it at the end of the reading. We'll read about the card. You know, I got a new lamp in the corner there, and it's like an old-fashioned street lamp. And I love it. I absolutely love it. But unfortunately, it does not come across on the camera because they're like Epsom bulbs and, you know, they're exposed. So it reads too bright on the camera, unfortunately. But it sets kind of like a romantic atmosphere, so I really like it. Makes me feel like I'm in a movie from old-time New York. Wow. The baby flew. Prayer. Instead of worrying, I pray about this situation to bring about real solutions. The power of prayer. Alright, let's bring in the Tarot of Dreams. Dreams of Tarot. Tarot Dreams, I believe. I feel like someone's prayers are being answered, but they're being answered in a way where it requires you to take action also. So it's kind of like showing you the way out, but it requires your action. So maybe it's saying trust, because clearly something's being illuminated to you, and I feel like your guides are saying you're not seeing it. It's like I'm praying for a solution, but I want God to solve it for me. And instead, God is saying, I can't solve this for you. You need to solve this, but let me help illuminate your path, show you the way. And, you know, for whatever reason, we're not seeing it. Okay. Let's bring in the Tarot. We have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. With her is the Hermit, card of Virgo, Major Arcana. That, you know, that certainly fits the energy of what I was just talking about, right? Praying for something to be solved, and, you know, your prayers being heard, and the advice that you're being given is there's something within you that will, it's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like within your core. So the answer you seek, you already have. You just have to know it. And then you have to take action. And that's exactly how I would read that. We have the Nine of Cups. Well, that's happy energy. That's feeling good within my life. You know, that's finding that inner joy within me, my inner child. We have the Nine of Wands. Interesting. We have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Wands. You know, and I have to just say, I almost feel like I have a person here and then I have their spirit guide. Like their spirit guide is in the energy of the Nine of Wands. And I have someone over here who, I don't know, it's like when you reach a certain place, by the way, 999, the Hermit is also a 9, 999, interesting. Nines are about reflection over a journey, over a cycle. Like at the ending of every cycle, we should turn into the Hermit, right? Reflect upon it. What did I gain from it? Um, but anyways, I just feel like this Nine of Wands is someone's spirit guide, like almost like you lived lives together, and this spirit guide is like saying, "Come on, we've done this before. You know, we've done this before." So if there's a hurdle I have to get over, I feel like there's a spirit guide just like reminding you. And it feels like a past life journey, and maybe the two of you were partners, and I kind of feel more friends, or I don't know how to explain it. But you overcame something together, and now it's like trying to remind you of that part of you. Okay, I don't know why I stopped. Interesting, we have 999 now. I definitely think we should look that up. It's probably an angel message, because, you know, numbers do mean a lot to me. Not that, I don't mean that in math whatsoever. I'm probably horrible in math. Anyway, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and then we have the Empress. Wow, beautiful. Um, you know, the Eight of Pentacles is saying that you're working towards something. There's something that you are focusing on, or it would serve you to focus on, um, to really expand to the energy of the Empress. And I mean, the Empress is fruitful, right? Well, in the Nine of Cups, I'm feeling pretty good in that energy. You know, and it could certainly be a spirit guide just nudging someone, saying, you know, be careful of not overindulging um, for whatever the reason. Um, Instead, take that energy and put it on a focus of your creativity. This is a lot of creative energy down here. And Eight of Pentacles, you know, there's something I want to learn. Um, there's something that I can build here where it almost guarantees me success if I follow it. Okay, keep going. Let's get all the cards out. I don't know why I keep stopping. we have the Sun, card of Leo. That's happy times. I mean, just these two elements, the Nine of Cups and the Sun together, it can talk about a reward after a long journey, right? And for someone, I feel like it may have taken you a long time to understand. It's like it could have ended, but you can't pass the test. You can't just be like, you know what, I'm not going to take the test. No, you have to move through it. You have to take the test, and I feel like the Hermit is the test. Um, and that's just my perspective and what I'm looking for, right? I'm seeking the light. So that eventually I am the beacon of light. Um, anyway, what else do we have here? We have the King of Cups, um, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have the World card. Some kind of new chapter is opening up in your world, no doubt. Um, and it's interesting because who's reading? I think I just did Leo's reading. But I was almost going to do your reading first. And then I thought, well, the new moon or the full moon is in Leo, so I'm going to do Leo, and then I'll do Taurus. And so it's interesting because the Hermit is very similarly placed. These are different cards, but similar energy. I just want to say that. Okay, what else do we have? We have the Five of Wands. We have the Palace of Wands. The Palace in this deck represents where you end up, the atmosphere you live in, whether that be, the home, the town, the energy. It's Wands, so that's desired, right? That's something that's a period of passion and desire, and this may be for your own craft, like figuring out your own craft, and knowing that you can then build it. Not just build it, but you'll be successful in it because, here is the opportunity in the world. So when the world shows up, there almost always is a door that needs to be closed. And that may just say you've reflected upon something long enough. Now something requires your action. And there is something that requires your action. We knew that from the get-go. But yet, I feel like, but yet here's the spirit guide over here. And by the way, it would be over my right shoulder, you know, um, who is like maybe in the back of your mind. He's like in the back of my mind saying, like, we could do this. We've done this before. This is what we've worked towards. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say cheerleader because I feel like they would say, I'm not a cheerleader. I was right there helping to, burn those bridges, whatever it is. So anyways, maybe that's for many of us. Let's get our last card though. Wow, we have the Magician. When the Magician shows up, especially in this reading, I feel like what it's saying is, you can create whatever you want to create within the Magician's energy. It's your, it's your recipe. You may be using like, the measurements are because you remember this and you remember that, and for something, I don't know, it's like your recipe that you're putting together. So that means your power also. And the Magician, when you meet the Magician as a fool, the Magician's there to teach you um, to remind you that you're armed with really every tool you need. Um, you know, it'll be there. And then the fool continues on and meets the high priestess, and she reminds him of his intuition. It's like, and the spirit, right? The human body, the spirit body. Anyway, anyway. All right. We have the Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So some of you, here's a question. And I feel like, if the question was in a form of a prayer, this is giving you an answer. Something is showing before you, but you're not seeing it. Or, maybe there's a change you don't want to make. Maybe you like it just the way it is. It doesn't mean something bad is going to happen. Something of destiny is going to happen. So even if I like where I'm at, and, I still have to be open to more. I guess I don't have to be. Okay, let's start at the beginning. We have the Eight of Cups with the Nine of Wands again. So, again, it feels like maybe this is divine, and kind of like you're feeling the energy of, maybe you can't explain it, but it's a momentum. You're feeling like this momentum of, like, that it's time also. Like, I feel like you know that it's time for something. I haven't figured out what yet, but I will. But anyways, I feel like this tells you to look in your emotional house. If there's any clearing that needs to happen, right, so that I could close that, so that more can come in. It's just gathering. It's just, I don't know what's the saying. It's I'm just cleaning my emotional house, and then I'm moving on. And I feel like your guides, it's very clear. There may be a guide who is a Queen of Wands. Some of you may feel like guided to new locations, like actually changing locations. And you're kind of feeling guided, and it may be like, maybe it's work opportunities, or you move because the market there is better. I don't know. I just feel like, if it's almost like, I feel like, the changing of locations for those who may be feeling they're in the wrong location. I don't know. It's like a correct in the course, a course correction. We have the Ace of Cups, and look at this. We have the Nine of Cups over the Nine of Cups. This could be two people who are going through a journey, right? They're going through a journey. And I feel like, what do I want to say here? That might be why I also have two Nine of Wands. It's almost like I have my guide, they have their guide, but they're like their guides. My guide and their guides are brothers. They're twins. right? Like I have me, which is you, and I have my guide here on my right, shoulder. Um, and then whoever else is in this picture, they have their guide, and I have a feeling it's on their left shoulder. And the two guides are twin brothers. Now, just telling you what I'm feeling. Um, anyway, anyway. Hmm. Someone may be waiting for someone else to leave someone else. I find it kind of beautiful, the Ace of Cups over the Hermit energy. Um, and if this is anything about finding love or love showing up, maybe I don't feel like I'm expecting it anywhere in here, but I kind of feel like this is because I feel like both of us are in our own space. Um, and we may say I say to myself, like, you know what, I may be single, but I'm fine. Um, and I may find that, while I am single, that I find this interest that pulls me, towards my creative energy. And I feel like when that happens, like, just know that's part of your destiny, right? So that time of no love, there's still love, but it's love of you and love of you growing and, you becoming all you can be. And that's what the Empress is. But you're definitely taking something, with you. And anyways, what do I have down here? I have Justice, card of Libra. Coming over the Nine of Wands, this could be the cutting of connections. This could be divorce. Um, Sometimes this is balancing of the scales. It doesn't feel like it's coming as a tower. It feels like it's coming more after the fact of something that I have overcome and grown stronger from. And that's why I feel it's more of a balancing of the scales for you. And to me, that means a period where, you're made whole again. And in the Nine of Cups, you are feeling whole. So I feel like, but I could say that times two or times one. No. Told you. Math, no. But numbers, yes. So anyway, I feel like the Hermit in this Ace of Cups is about a connection. And I feel like this is talking about a spiritual connection. And maybe that's why I'm saying, like, even if I'm in my happy little state, why do I want to change it? I'm happy. It's not about changing, it's about continuing to evolve. It's just allowing, right? It's allowing, from the nine, you add the ace, it's the 10 of cups. Um, I'm not saying I have to have it, I'm not even saying I want it. But I'm not saying that I wouldn't take it, right? At the same time. So, okay. We have the Ace of Swords coming over the Eight of Pentacles. It can be your voice, um, something that's unique to you, in that you can build in the world, right? It's like only you can have your knowledge. Like your knowledge is your knowledge, and maybe it can only be told in your way. And it may be something that you're starting to work on. Um, and then we have, look at that, we have the Knight of Cups. Huh, interesting. Then we have the Four of Cups. We have the Five of Cups. You know, it's kind of funny. I feel like I have someone over here who maybe I'm kind of forced home, right? Like a lot of us, like we got to stay home. And I was loving it at first. At first, it was great. But now I'm becoming a little bit bored within it. Um, but within that time period, I feel like you probably received, you know, like epiphanies, and I feel like you were open to receiving. Um, and then I feel like there was some type of like lack or slack, something like that. And then in that time period, I feel like this is when things start to change. You know, it may have taken your thoughts backwards, back to a time, back to someone. You know, it's coming over the King of Cups, and it's interesting because you have the Knight of Cups coming in um, over this this Four of Pentacles, like it's this knight is coming to this home, and the sun shines over this home though, and there feels like there's joy, at least a sense of joy in this home. So here comes the Knight of Cups. Um, Knight of Cups. This knight is there to deliver a cup. Well, right above him is the cup, right? You know, it's like easy to put this in story form because it's just showing it, right? Here I am, the Knight of Cup. The king has sent me. Here's the king, by the way, has sent me to deliver this cup. This cup can represent anything, but the cup here is the cup, and the sun is like the sun saying, "I'm going to illuminate everything," and therefore we see everything here. Um, but it feels like coming to your home, and it's interesting because, you know, down here we have the Magician's energy, and I'm wondering if during this slack, like I start thinking of somebody of the past, um, you know, that makes me melancholy. I don't know. Um, well, let's see what else we have here. We have, look at this, the Wheel of Fortune over the World card. Wow. So you know that's your destiny. We have the Devil coming over the Five of Wands. It's almost like something's pulling you the opposite direction. You know, it's like you're moving forward, but there's something that pulls you back. I move 3 steps forward, I get pulled 2 back. There may still be progress, but it's like, why do I have to keep getting pulled back? I feel like there's some old energy that you need to cut. You need to you need to cut. I don't know how else to say it other than it's something of it's something that's self-limiting, because it's almost like you believe in yourself, and then boom, maybe you stop, maybe you don't even take the action. It's like it's in your mind, I'm gonna do it, and then boom, something sets in, and I feel like it's like this dark energy that pulls you back. This Ace of Swords, I feel like, is your weapon. I feel like it's being delivered to you. It is your sword to use, especially with justice here. You know, what does not belong, here is a sword. Cut it. Here is your permission from divine if you feel you need it, but you don't. So use it. Use it as your tool. Cut it. Free it. Free yourself, really. Anyway, look at this. What is this? We have the Six of Cups. Wow. So again, your mind being kind of pulled backwards to a time. And here's the Six of Cups. So this is telling me this is someone that you have happy memories with. You know, it was during happier times, more carefree times, let's say. It's interesting that the Six of Cups is coming over the Palace of Wands, where you ultimately, what you would call your environment, even if it's right where you live, right? But if your energy changes, so does the energy of the house, right? It's the ripple effect. So anyway, what else do I have here? I have the Five of Wands. Interesting. Five of Cups, the Five of Wands. We have the Five of Wands over here also. So you know what I feel like? I feel like there's a relationship over here that's stuck in a cycle. And I feel like the Five of Wands is the energy where it gets stuck. So let's talk about the Five of Wands, because I feel like it's this relationship, and I feel like there's love in it. You know, there really is love, but it's getting stuck. So, you know, it's like we got to get in and clean it. What's again stuck in? The Five of Wands. So it's getting stuck in ego energy, first of all. We have to acknowledge it, right? That sword is shiny. We can see the sun is here. Everything is illuminated. It's energy where two people, you know, it's like resist against each other. However, they're very much alike. And always do I feel, almost always, that the people in this energy, if they could just see that, um, they're, I don't know, like, then they see the power of who they are and all that they can be, right? Then maybe it hits its spiritual level. Um, but I feel like that. And so there's this cycle. That may be these, well, I'm seeing like circles right here, three in a row. So anyway, this may be a third time. I'm not sure, but I know I know that it's a cycle that's getting stuck. You know, I feel like it takes two to realize that. But if we realize our part in it, then we no longer participate in it, you know, in that resistant energy. Does it not then have to fade away? You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Let me see. There's a lot here, I feel like. So we have the Wheel of Fortune coming over the world. So this is talking about something new that's opening up for you. I feel like the signs are reaching you, trying to reach you. Um, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you know that you're being guided. Some of you, you're fine. It's like, I'm fine where I'm at. But yet, you know, it's like your journey's not over yet. So it's asking you to open to possibilities, open to receive, um, that type of thing. I'm definitely feeling a spirit guide who is there to remind you, like, of the strength. Like, I don't know, like, think back and, you know, the day when you had to make, like, your own bow and arrow and fight your way through the woods, you know. It's like, I feel like it's a Robin Hood, that type of energy. Um, like, Robin Hood is your spirit guide. But that means that you were the main character, right? Okay. Anyways, um, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I don't know. It just feels like a strange place to leave it. Well, let's take a couple cards on the Two of Pentacles. Like, I'm not ready to close this out yet. So let me just take a deeper look at what you're questioning. You may yourself be saying, is it time that I now add this aspect into my life? You have the King of Cups and you have the Three of Cups. Hmm. Interesting. We also have the King of Cups down here too. So, I feel like for some of you, this is you. I don't know if you're making a decision on this person, or again, I feel like there's similarities between the two sides here. So, maybe it's the other way, or maybe it's both. Um, but I feel like this is about celebration. I feel it's like in a very positive way because there's no stress factor in the Two of Pentacles. It's a very mellow type energy and more of, is it what I want in my life? Will it fit in the world that I have created? Right? It's, I'm this is not saying I'm going to give everything up for love. No, this is you starting to feel your oats like within your building of your foundation. And I feel like anytime we're in that type of energy, that's when love seems to come in the door. And that's kind of what I feel like. And then I also feel like there's some who, you just start thinking back. And maybe there's some cycles that you want to break. If there's cycles you want to break, it's showing you with the Five of Wands exactly what it is. Um, and ultimately we have the Palace of Wands. So it feels like whatever wants to be in here, whatever you want it to be, because you're the Magician right beside it, whatever it is you want it to be, um, so it shall be. And that's kind of how I feel like in the Two of Pentacles, it feels kind of powerful. Powerful only because I know what I want. And I'm thinking about it in a logical way, right? I'm not overthinking. I'm just deciding is it what I want in my life. For those who are saying yes, I feel like you guys are saying okay. It requires some type of action from you. The Queen of Wands that opens up the reading, she's very intuitive. She's someone who trusts her intuition. Um, and she's looking right at the Hermit. So, you know, if to me it feels like she becomes very wise. Not so she's passionate, but yes, she's wise at the same time. Maybe developing into the Empress, and this is probably speaking of you and your development, right? Um, but I mean, even that you combine that energy, and then you put the Eight of Pentacles below it, where I'm focusing on something and I'm focusing on with purpose. The Ace of Swords is right over that. So it's truth, it's your uniqueness. It's important. It can be your word, whatever it is. It's something that ultimately I feel like gives you a sense of joy from within, even if it's hard work. Even if it's hard work. But anyway, boom. Then, like, someone knocks at the door. Hello, you open the door. I have this cup. I was told to deliver it to you. Will you accept it? And then the saga begins. But it feels like a destined path. You have the world, which talks about, I feel like it's the best time in life. Why? It's a time when, you start to really feel your spirituality. You're not feeling like stuck here, like I'm not stuck to this ground. You're realizing like how you can really fly. I don't know if I want to say that word. How you can create. That you are the artist of your story, right? That you are the writer, and the help that you have from above. I don't know. I feel like it's when you move into that energy, it starts to feel like everything is right. And I feel like that is where you're being moved to. Um, And, if you're stuck, I feel like you're either stuck in the Eight of Cups, your emotional house, or you're stuck where the energy of, always needing to be right, and they need to be right. You're like, who was right was more important than us. You know what I mean? These man made games became more important than us. And maybe this is you finding that, I want to say again, because I feel like this is probably maybe has been more than one lifetime type of love. And maybe when you allow it to be what it wants to be, um, it becomes very deep. Like I feel it deeply. It's almost like fulfillment. Um, but boy, do I feel like I have to allow it. And so do they. Hence, Divine's dilemma, right? It's more Divine looking at us, thinking, when are they going to figure this out and that out? With no judgment. I shouldn't even said it that way. Anyway, I feel like this is your personal journey. And I feel like you're receiving a lot of guidance right now, and it's answers to your prayers. But be open to how it is answered, and be prepared to um, follow the advice, and trust in yourself. Really trust within yourself, um, because who knows what you're creating from that. But ultimately, it shows us where you can be, right? And that is like true fulfillment. And maybe in all ways, because I'm feeling it in a creative way, and I feel like that's important to me. But I'm also feeling, though I don't expect it, love, and then holy shit, I feel it. But I still love this over here, right? So both parts of me live, but they're living to the fullest. Wow. You guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. You know, I think I'm just explaining it in different ways. But it's different ways I think you guys are looking at it. So let's finish this by reading prayer. Look at that book open right to it. This card reminds you of prayer's powerful and positive effect and asks you to apply it to your present situation. This is especially true if you feel stuck, confused, powerless, or in any pain. Surrender these feelings to heaven and ask for divine intervention. Then listen carefully for God's messengers, the angels, who deliver his guidance to you in the form of feelings, signs, ideas, visions, and dreams. When you worry about a situation, you actually draw to you more negativity and feelings of paralyzing victimhood. So, worrying gives you more things to worry about. In contrast, when you pray, you draw upon the most powerful force in the universe. Mother Mary reminds you to turn worries into prayers by saying, God, please help me with, and then pour out your heart to Him about your cares and concerns. You'll notice an emotional release immediately upon praying as you shift from fear to faith. Beautiful. It's exactly what I feel like you should be receiving at the end of this reading. It feels like the cherry on top to me. Um, and I feel like I just want to leave this by saying, when you're feeling small, um, I don't know, you have this spirit guide who is like your Robin Hood, that is reminding you um, of all that you are, and all it's like you have faced these hurdles before, and you have overcome them. It's almost like you are it's part of the soul's journey to test it, to test its endurance. Um, but you can do it, is what I'm feeling. You can do it. And I don't know, other than to say, I feel like, boy, does it open up something new to you. And I feel like, maybe you're seeing the universe for the very first time. Um, and it feels good. I love you guys. I'm just going to leave it right there. Thank you for everything. As always, I will see you soon. Bye bye.